Ravis?
Jedi.
Why did you activate the array?
It's been many years since I last took the life of a Jedi.
Why did you activate the...
I heard you. Long ago, Dagon bested me in combat. Earned my loyalty. We fought side by side until the Jedi betrayed him. Took many of your order to defeat me. And yet, they dishonored me. Denied me a warrior's death. Left me to rot in a cage for centuries. So, seems our destinies are intertwined. The demise of your order allowed me to escape.
And yet, nothing has changed. You're still just Dagon's servant.
Time does not diminish my loyalties. Without a code, you can only serve yourself.
Where's the compass, Ravis?
I owe you nothing, Jedi! If you want that knowledge from me, you're gonna have to fight for it.
Very well.
More than that! Enough of that! What? There is no escape! Come at me again!
Oh, come on.
I've been waiting for this. For 200 years!
I won't disappoint you then.
Hey! Oh, I have missed this! believe in yourself.
Where is the compass?
Centauri Kree's observatory, as Dagan suspected. I have opened the way. He goes there now.
I defeated you. Fight with me. We can take on Dagan together.
I will not, Jedi. After all these centuries, I still dream of Tanalorr. I had hoped to see it again, but... that is not to be.
Yes.
Dagan Gera stands in your way.
You don't have to do this.
Only one of you will reach Tanalorr. Jedi, give me my warrior's death.
We should go. Breeze, you there?
Cal, I don't know what you did, but those vulture droids are making a hasty exit. The landing pad's clear. I'm gonna bring the Manus in now.
Copy that.
We'll be waiting for you, kid.
Maybe Ravis was right. Dagan abandoned the Jedi code. Now look at him. Consumed by his obsession with Tanalorr. How is that different from what we're doing? Yeah. Don't worry about it. Thanks for having my back.
Kill the intruder!
Let's stop. Off we go. Give me a sec. I want to tweak a few things. Let's see how it handles. All right, then. Great time to change up our equipment. Ready to roll with this.
Get him! Taking the shot. Direct hit. I'll take you out.
Running from a blaster, better run a little faster. Goodbye, Alone Saloon. The location, Shattered Moon. Hey, look at that. He ain't dead. How you doing, kid?
Cal,
Whatever you did up there sure kicked the firebug nest.
Ravis is gone.
Yeah, that'll do it.
So let me guess. Back to Kobo?
Yeah, I think so.
Say, Jetpack, give me a hand up here.
Yeah.
Don't tell Grease, but he's right about this moon. Creepy.
not now. I need some time to think.
Watch your back out there.
Something about this place I just don't like.
Just like you were scared of Dathomir?
Oh, now, hold on. That's different. We knew that planet was full of nasties. But this moon, it's the unknown that spooks me, you know? All creaking and abandoned. It's too quiet.
You're just superstitious.
Oh, yeah? You think so, huh? Well, I was right about the witch planet.
It wasn't so bad.
Wasn't so bad! There were zombies, Cal. Zombies. Sorry, Cal. Not now.
What do you make of this moon?
I find it intriguing.
We gotta go somewhere.
Intriguing. The abandoned science facility, the bizarre stellar anomaly, or...
Hobo? Good. I've been meaning to check up on Monk.
I need to clear my mind.
You're brooding. Again.
That easy to read my mind?
It's no Jedi trick. Just pay attention.
On the Shattered Moon, I saw Dagon confront Centauri. He was so consumed by Tanalor that he completely lost his way. Reminds me of my fight with the Empire these last few years. Let's just say I don't want to end up like him.
You are very stubborn, but ambition does not drive you.
I just don't understand why she didn't see the change in him before it was too late.
They dreamed together and suffered together. shared dream is not so easy to wake from. Is that what troubles you? Losing yourself?
Yeah. A little.
If you ever stray from your path, we will guide you back.
I gotta hand it to you, kid. Things are looking better than ever.
And you wanted to sit this one out.
Oh, well, count on you to prove me wrong, Cal. When we were all ready to fold, you never stopped fighting.
And we can't stop now.
Yeah, I know, we still got a lot of work ahead of us. But you gotta remember to stop and appreciate how far we've come. We'll talk some other time.
With Ravis dead, the Bedlam Raiders have been wounded. This makes them dangerous.
They weren't exactly harmless before.
No, they were not. I will look after the outpost. The Raiders may strike if they think we are vulnerable.
I'll be back as soon as I can.
I know you will, and I will be waiting. Don't you have a mountain to climb?
Hey, Cal. Good to see you.
Seeing these battle droids about takes one back, doesn't it?
Maybe a bit.
Oh, the Clone Wars. Those were the good years.
I've never heard anyone say that before, Moran.
Oh, sure. The Separatist secession backed by tax-loathing free marketeers begins. Just as I'm establishing a profitable extrajudicial shipping operation. They paired like wine and flatcakes.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Apologies, son. Being insensitive. You probably fought in the Clone Wars as a child soldier, right?
No, not exactly.
Well, I suppose it's all over now, one way or another. See you around, Cal.
So why'd you choose to study the High Republic?
You know, I think it is the same reason that people are flocking to Pyloon's saloon. Everyone is excited about the possibility of what Kobo could become. I believe that is the kind of optimism that defined the High Republic.
Maybe you're right about that.
Some other time, okay?
So how'd you like playing on Coruscant?
At first, I loved it. The Undercity's this melting pot of all these different struggles. A real vivid place, you know? After a few months of small gigs, though, I got bumped up to the popular clubs. Didn't take long for me to start hating it.
Not your scene?
It wasn't a conversation, you know? Those crowds just wanted to be able to say they'd seen the next big thing.
Sounds like you were really on the rise.
Well, my agents were ambitious. Scored me a deal that could have had me on billboards all over the Corps. But I said no.
That takes guts.
Well, so does slicing up raiders. But you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Keep on doing your thing.
Monk,
You ever get homesick too locked?
from time to time, there are quite a few things I miss.
Like what?
The many rivers, Velati trout leaping over the current, and the food that I crave.
Oh, yeah?
Handmade dumplings stuffed with potato and kushnip. I miss the taste of banson, a minty spice that enlivens every taste bud.
You should talk to Grease. Maybe he can whip something up that reminds you of home.
A wise suggestion, Sojourner. Now is not the time to speak.
How'd you get involved with Sork Tormo and the Haxian Brood?
The usual. I claimed the bounty on a Brood hitman, and Sork sent more hired guns after me. I sent them back, you could say, in a way that got his full attention. Sork reached out with a job offer not long after. You've got to have a little streak of crazy to stay in this game.
Yeah, that checks out. What do we have here? How'd you get mixed up with the Bedlam Raiders?
Whoa, well, I had a drink from Monk. Then another, then another, then another, then... Right. I stumbled outside and sort of confused one of the big raiders with a dewback.
Don't tell me you tried to mount him.
Okay, but if I don't, that's the end of the story.
I can see why the Raiders try to kill you.
Oh, they've got plenty of reasons. Hiya.
Barkeep.
You look tired. Take a load off.
Everyone holding up okay, Monk?
Well, we're just fine now. The Raiders might have put a little spook in some of our clientele when they marched in here, but we're made of sterner stuff.
Good to hear. You doing all right?
Cal, my boy, I'll tell you the same thing I told those Raiders.
What's that?
Go ahead and shoot. But know this, you'll be blasting the best bartender on Kobo. You keep your eyes on the path ahead.
Till next time, pal.
Word is that Ravis got bumped off.
Word travels fast.
Sure, when there's credits to be made. Send the Raiders running, and we're in business.
That's right. We get back into the gorge, kickstart those dams. Maybe we finally make some real scratch.
Those dams are in rough shape. Think you're up to it?
I know 'em like the hairs on my back.
What Grok here means is we can make them sing again. Yeah, trust us.
Keep up the good work, kid.
Hey, Cal. We've been wondering something.
Yeah, we've been wondering.
How's a guy like you end up in a place like this?
Engine trouble.
Don't we know it?
So come on, kid. What's next for you?
I've got a chance to find someplace safe. I plan to make good on it.
Well, I'm no good with advice, but, people who... Hell, I messed it up. I'm just trying to say, listen, the happiest folk live somewhere between what they want and what they got, you know?
Yeah, I hear you.
Really? Sounds to me like the old man's noodle is starting to fray.
Damn it, Dana, I was being... forget it.
Say we short the central conduit, slice it through the emergency couplings. Might be enough to get the sluice gates going.
Huh. Might actually work.
You know what this place needs?
A working refresher?
Discipline. Those mouth-breathing raiders just walked in here and made off with Z. I go off planet for 1 second, and the whole place has gone soft. They've got to get it through their heads that I can't be their fearless leader all the time.
People have to learn to defend themselves, Grease. You can't fight their battles for them.
All right, finish this thing, will you?
I'm going.
Cal, glad you're here. There's talk of a giant piazza nesting in an animal graveyard on the far side of the valley. Figured you want to check it out.
You figured right.
Look at you. Already sounding like a local. Oh, before I forget, I heard there were a pair of newcomers over by the stone spires. I want to look for them.
I already found them. They're gonna start a holotactics table at Pyloon's.
Now we're talking. Piazza that size, well, just don't take it lightly.
I won't. Thanks, Mosey. Enjoying the crowd?
I am. I do enjoy a crowded cantina after being out in the wild.
Yeah, me too.
Be seeing you.
Do you see this lad? Pin me to the mast. The tank's over halfway full.
I hope they all get along.
Aye, but this is no the time for self-congratulation, laddie. There's still leagues of bubbles left for more fishes. Let the hunt continue.
All right. You said you're from around here?
Been all over Kobo, but I knew I had to foot slog it back to the Reach when I heard the stories. They say it's been a right barnyard since you arrived.
Word traveled that fast, huh?
If it's privacy you're worried about, mate, don't be. No one listens to old Har. But stop by if you ever want to hear the latest yarns, eh? My eyes, what they are, I couldn't hit a tree with a boulder, but I got ears like a boularbird. Oi, Cal, good to see you.
Z, got any advice on confronting Dagon?
Well, in my day, I did watch him spar countless times. A ferocious warrior, that one, with a keen instinct for recognizing weakness. So don't show any.
If only it was that easy.
I know. Why is it our enemies always seem to be the ones to exploit our failings? We'll speak later. Go on, set forth.
I am staying here for now.
I know it's not much, but it's home.
Not bad. I've seen worse rooftop gardens.
You clearly have a talent for this, Cal.
Thanks. Reese taught me a little. How long you been gardening?
Since I was a child, I've always enjoyed the company of plants. In my adolescence, I joined a well-respected nursery. My work became a passion, and I soon stumbled upon an innovation.
What was it?
Hybridizing diverse genotypical specimens with novel macrocosmetic environments. A mouthful, yes. I mean that I developed a talent for growing new plants in new places.
Well, these specimens are lucky to have you here.
That's what they tell me.
Healy, what made you stop your research?
I lost my lab. Once the Empire occupied my planet, it seized my nursery, uprooting every flower, fern, and sapling.
That's horrible.
Worse, they repurposed my lab into a biochemical weapons facility. All my research, now used as a means for death. I refused to cooperate, escaped on an unlicensed shuttle, and here I am.
Oh, you're safe here.
I have been told that before. But when you say it, I believe it, Cal. The plants need me. Thanks to your cultivation, I was able to expand our garden.
Garden can use some of the new seeds I found.
When plants grow, you grow.
Let's plant this here. What do you think, BD? Here? Let's plant this here. We'll grow safe here. Focus. Time to move. Let's grab a lift, Beatty. Come on! Need some help, buddy. Okay. Maybe you'll be a bit more friendly now? Easy. Good girl. That was incredible. Seeds. Could be useful in the garden, right? Buddy.
Impossible!
Think you can outrun us? Hey! Hey, let's do something. Extras. That cow. What?
I'm hit.
Engaging in combat. Analyze your patterns.
There. Now you can get to it. Let's stop.
Welcome, welcome. Make yourself at home.
Say, Cal, what do you make of this place?
It's not too shabby. Lots of potential.
Yes, well, anything has potential if you squint hard enough.
What about you? You seem to spend a lot of time here.
What do I think? I'll lay it out for you. This place violates about 24 business fundamentals, giddily deploys false advertising practices, and is riddled with moles I daren't investigate. And yet, it serves drinks and doesn't close its doors when the Bedlam Raiders march into town. That's more than you can say for any other establishment on this rock. See you around, Cal.
What's your academy like?
Oh, amazing. Every building is partially suspended with repulsors. The campus looks like it's floating over the ground. It's magical.
It sounds like a hard place to leave behind.
It was, but things were changing. Looking down, you used to see nothing but nature. The ground is covered in ferrocrete now, all part of an Imperial control zone. We'll talk soon.
So Coruscant turned out to be a creative dead end, huh?
Exactly. Life's too big to waste on something that isn't working out. You understand?
Yeah, I gotcha. So you took off?
Mm-hmm. Abandoned my label, my penthouse, the promise of fame, all of it.
Where'd you go?
Left my agents a note and hopped on the next transport to Kuat.
An industrial world. Just like your home world, right?
Yep. New and familiar, all at the same time. Hey there.
Seems like you and Doma have some history.
That's right. She took me in, showed me around, hid me, because I was on the run, Cal.
On the run, huh? What'd you do?
The heist of the century. Every bounty hunter in the galaxy was after me.
You pulled off a heist?
Is that so hard to believe?
Well, yeah.
And that's how I pulled it off. No one thinks much of me around here, so they never see me coming. They never see me coming. And that's when I get them.
Barkeep.
What can I do for you? Gotta hand it to you, Cal. Wherever you go, the action surely follows.
Hey, you wanted customers, right?
That I did. The place is packed. And if we keep going at this rate, we're gonna need a bouncer.
Well, maybe Mosey's looking for some extra income.
Interesting proposition. If I had to put my life in someone else's hands, it'd be Mosey's.
See you later, Monk. So you're a fortune teller?
Not exactly, though prospectors do ask me to read the planet's fortune from time to time.
They want you to tell them where to mine, right?
Exactly. But my gift is not so precise as to provide specific locations. What I see, I share. It is up to them to interpret my visions as they see fit. Now is not the time to speak.
I've seen a lot of hunters in my day, and I gotta say, you're showing promise, Cal.
How many bounties until I get a hat like yours?
Not a chance. I took this off my first target. It has sentimental value.
How long you been a bounty hunter?
Long enough. And I know a killer in the making when I see one.
How you doing?
I know things are pretty tough right now, but think about the old days. Remember that scrape on Dathomir, Kashyyyk?
That was a close call, and now it's even more dangerous.
I wonder what it'll be like on the other side of all this, you know? Assuming we live through it. Later.
That giant piazza you sweet talk reminds me of a time when I was out on a mountain hike with my older brother. We came across a Tibity. Ever seen one?
Yeah, those are enormous.
No kidding. Beautiful specimen. Was gonna leave well enough alone. Then, all of a sudden, the Tibity snatches my brother and takes flight. I scramble up a cliffside. Didn't want to hurt the Tibity, mind you, but I had to save my brother. Threw my spear, pierced the beast straight through.
That must have been quite the throw. How'd you manage it?
What choice did I have? Brother fell, got a few scrapes. He was lucky. Wish I could have talked that Tibity down. But there are some fights you just can't avoid. Did anyone tell you about the Mogu around the Raider base?
No, found it myself. Took it down.
You don't mess around, do you? Later, BD.
Well, lad, we've done it. A tank thrown in with the finest fish. A tale told to the utmost. An innocent young boy's eyes opened to the wide galaxy.
Something like that. What's next for you?
I've been asking myself just that. In recounting my infamous annals, I've been... something's gnawing at my innards, lad. A black notion that perhaps, just perhaps, one Wit isn't truly dead. For Sakaritar, and for my own peace, I must know. Perhaps it'll be tomorrow. Perhaps a year from tomorrow. But I fear I must pursue my dread nemesis one last time.
I understand. Hey, if you ever need anything...
I know, lad. I know.
Oi, Cap! Heard you gave Ravis the sack. You know you weren't the first to take a swing at that Gendai. Ever hear about Toll?
I don't think so.
Oh, real poet with a pickaxe. A while back, she comes across this load of priorite. Oh, biggest you ever saw. Like a sky full of grinning stars. Of course, then your Ravis shows up, built like a bloody cargo barge, and tells her to get scarce. But Toll, the old nutter, she goes and takes her plasma torch to the Gendai. Of course, poor Toll don't last 10 seconds. But I guess sometimes a find like that's worth fighting for, eh?
Yeah, well, sometimes the payout isn't worth the price.
Maybe. But it's just like the prospectors say. Better a broken pick than a rusted one. Do wish you could have met old Toll. Bit loony, but with real heart.
Sounds like it.
You know, Cal, I think my recent brush with the Raiders has rather altered my perspective.
How so?
My assumption was that these Raiders were unprincipled thieves and brutes. But they aren't lacking in principle or dedication. They have a code. A rotten code. A code all the same.
Maybe that's what makes them so dangerous.
Even in my day, there were those who wrapped their selfish ambitions in a cloak of high purpose. Cough, cough. Dagon Gera. Not now, Cal.
Try not to die out there.
Ah, Cal. We were just discussing what we should renovate next.
Just lots else to fix around here. Thanks to the Raiders, you know?
Yes, of course. But surely we can find something a bit more inspiring for our next project than a water pump.
I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Not now, dear.
So, it looks like we aren't the only ones who found romance on Kobo.
What, Turgle and Two Locked? I don't think that's in the stars.
Come now, Cal. That delightfully dark Maven has been casting wayward glances at you.
Marin? What was the look?
She's a hard one to read. You, however, couldn't be more obvious. So, what are you waiting for?
Good question. A lot going on right now.
Okay. Don't get so caught up that you miss the small things. 'Cause those are the things you'll remember. Great to see you.
All our work is really paying off, BD.
Ooh, a cactus ball. Its sharpest thorns are right in the center to defend against the most persistent predator. The plants need me.
Hello.
I know. Come on now. It'll be okay.
You okay?
The beast here gets spooked when something's wrong. Don't know what it is, but I've learned to trust him. You headed up the mountain?
Looks like it.
I don't know if that's mad or brave or both. But you watch yourselves up there, you hear?
You got it.